If I gave you a map and the exact instructions to a gold mine, could you be successful? Stay tuned to find out.
Being an entrepreneur sounds like, yes, another new client. I did it. But it can also sound like, I am really not understanding this technology, and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Am I even cut out for this? That's why I started the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, to help infopreneurs, coaches, and course creators who want to build a business online but are battling technology, overwhelm, procrastination, and even imposter syndrome. Think successfully, think differently, think bigger, and take action by learning tips from an array of business owners, all dropping knowledge on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of doing equals failing learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkmann, and I've been in the coaching, course creation, and online space since like the 90s. So yeah, got a little experience under my belt. Yet here I am, still learning. And that's why I'm here to share with you what I have learned and what I am still learning about course creation, coaching, entrepreneurship, and infopreneurship, which begs the question, who are you? And that, my friend, that answer is infinitely more important because I think you are a driven entrepreneur. Or, maybe you're hoping to be one very, very soon. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, and just start leveling up with some great personal advice, marketing advice, and business advice, and results from that advice to help you build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another solo success episode coming to you straight from the Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into your infopreneur and course creation success with some actionable advice, some tips. My tongue is tripping over my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm saying. Some actionable advice, some tips, some steps, all designed to help you level up your game. Why? Well, as we already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards goal every single day. So, as it started off in the teaser question, imagine if I gave you the instructions and a map to a gold mine, right? Any gold mine, whatever you want, right? This map and the instructions will tell you exactly where the mine is hidden, what you need to bring to the mine, what you need to do when you get there, and everything you needed to do to become rich. Would you do it? But here's the problem I keep seeing. It's not so much that people don't have the instructions, because the instructions are everywhere, right? This podcast gives you the instructions. The courses we put out gives you the instructions. The instructions are published by so many people out there. But the problem is, most of you can't seem to find your own damn front door. Right? You walk around, blind, and maybe you're like the Lady Justice. You got the blindfold wrapped around you, and you just keep bumping into walls and turn around and bumping into more walls until your head just flipping hurts. Then what do you want to do? You want to sit down, watch some TV, and forget about the gold mine. That's what's happening to so many people today. Everywhere they buy a program on how to build a business online. They listen to an episode. They go to a mastermind. Then they read it over. Some of them, there's a high percentage that don't. They just buy it, maybe watch the first video, read the first chapter, and then put it aside. But they read it over, and they know they could do it. They do. They're like, I could do this. But instead, they just go back out there and keep bumping their heads. Boy, you must have bumped your head. They bumped their heads on the walls and they're wondering why they never reach success. Now, the reasons, let's be honest, the reasons that they're failing are not complicated. They're not difficult. In fact, they're about as simple as they can be. So here's my question to you. Which of the reasons I'm going to share with you in a minute are you guilty of? Because if you haven't already reached the level of success that you desire, that you deserve, then it's because you're falling prey to one of these, and it's your own fault most of the time, right? Now, sometimes stuff happens, life gets in the way, right? I work from 9 to 5. Okay. There's lots of other folks that work 9 to 5, and they were able to make the cubicle escape. Many of them are publishing some of the content that you probably bought and are reading. But What will you do to stop these habits and get out there and go find your own gold mine? Dig it up. Grab that gold. It's yours. It's yours for the taking. Because if you want to hit the big time, whatever the big time means to you, and you want to have great successes, again, whatever that means to you, you're going to have to learn to stand up, take a step, and get the hell out of your own way. Now, let me share with you the 10 reasons people fail. Now, I know the episode says 10 and a half, and you'll have to learn about that in a minute. But the first reason, they don't have a clear purpose. There it is. Very simple. We all know this one. If you don't know what you want, you're not going to get it. And here's the other thing. If you don't know what you want, you don't even know if you have it. You may sit down and finally figure out what you want. And you go, wow, I already have all that. And it puts a big smile on your face, which is kind of awesome, right? But most of us have gone through that period where they don't have a clear purpose. They don't know what they want. You need to decide what in the hell it is you want. Write it down. Oh, my journal's not with me. Oh, I left it downstairs. Oh, well, I was going to pick up my journal and show it to you. Write it down in detail and reread it periodically. And when I say periodically, I mean at least every other day. You want to reread it. Number 2, they don't have a plan. We've all heard that saying, right? For those who plan to fail, they fail to plan. Or is it fail to plan, they plan to fail? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. They don't have a plan. Once you have your purpose, and let me do a quick sidebar here. You want to make sure your purpose, your what, your why, aligns with who you are, right? Don't go out there with a purpose that says, I'm going to go do this, and 3/4 of what this is doesn't agree with your core values. Because subconsciously, you're going to keep chipping away at that, and you're never going to reach it. So you need to make sure your purpose is aligned with who you are and ultimately who you want to become. It may not be everything you are today, but most of who you are is already there. And as you travel along this purpose, got my beard there, travel along this purpose, you become the person you've always wanted to be. Now, back to the plan. Now that you have your purpose and it's aligned with who you are, right, you need to create a plan, a proper plan to achieve your goal. Now, a plan, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It doesn't have to have 87,000 steps all laid out in chronological order for it to work, right? It doesn't have to include every single step along the way, because here's what's going to happen. If you spent the time to create those 87,000 steps and got them in the perfect order, something's going to happen at step 4, 7, 15, 27, 108. Who cares? It's going to happen. So you don't even need a perfect plan, but you need a plan. It should be enough to do 2 things to get you to your goal and to get you started on the first step. Boom. There it is. I want you to hear that again. It only needs to get you to do 2 things. 1, get you to stand up and get you to your goal. And 2, to get you started on that first step. And what it'll do after that is get you started on that next step. Okay? Now, number 3. They look for reward without work. Oh my God, how many times have you seen people fall prey to the get-rich-quick schemes that are out there? Some people, they want the outcome, but they don't want to work for it. They don't want to earn the skill that outcome needs to have. We've all seen it. Let's talk about the diet industry for a while, right? There are all these pills and all these ways to lose weight while still sitting on your fat ass. Yeah. Let's be honest, with a few exceptions, and I know those people, there are people out there that are battling weight, and I feel for you, who can't do anything about it because there's something going on in their body, right, where you need a doctor's assistance. Other than that, weight management comprised of 2 things: food, exercise. How much food do you intake and what kind, and how much you exercise. That's it. It's pretty simple. Right? So managing those 2. And that's a skill that you have to acquire. New skills are acquired over time by learning from others as well as trial and error. Business is no different. It's the same. It takes time and it takes effort, just like weight loss or weight gain or building muscle or, toning yourself, getting that 6-pack ab, getting those massive pecs you want, whatever it is. building a business, finding the right people, honing your product, honing your message, figuring out what it is you want to say to people and how to say it to get them to, wait a minute. I've been looking for something like that, right? Let me give you an example. People who want $1 million online business start immediately, who want that $1 million business starting now. I want $1 million business starting tomorrow. They're going to be really disappointed. What? Yeah. And if you're one of those, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert, right? You're going to be sorely disappointed when you realize that online marketing is a skill that takes time to master. If you go back, what are we on? 375 episodes, and I've only scratched the surface of the myriad of skills that it takes in the online marketing world. Now, I'm not saying that to scare you away, because you can hone a handful of skills and be very, very successful. You can master one skill and be super successful. But here's the thing. There's no push button, get rich quick method to fall back on. But on the other side, here's the shining beam of light for you. If you're willing to put in the work and learn the new skills, you almost certainly can build a lucrative business behind those skills over time. How hard you work at it, how much you throw into it, your blood, your sweat, your tears, will determine how long it's going to take, all right? Plus, a few outside things. But, if you just, hey, I'm going to do a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow, well, then it's going to take a long time. But if you're at it every available minute, you're going to shorten that timeline massively. All right, reason number 4, and I see this one way too much. They're rigid, right? They're like stone statues, and they don't want to move with their ideas, their opinions, their assumptions, because they're not always right. They know what they know, but they don't know what they don't know. Imagine chasing that vein of gold through the mountain. You'll be spending months trying to find it. Oh, where did it go? Because it doesn't go in a straight line. You can't say, I'll just go right here and I'll just go straight on through. No. And they're going to spend months looking for it, trying to find it. One day, when you're out walking, maybe they see something sparkling in the distance, right? And then they're going to go digging, applying that skill we just talked about. Hours of digging. They finally found more gold. Than they found in the previous 6 months. Well, do you stick with the old mine where you were finding nothing, or do you pivot where you finally found some gold? It sounds like a no-brainer answer, but here's the thing. So many people are like, I keep doing what I used to be doing, and I don't know why it's not working. Well, what's that definition of insanity? To keep doing the same thing and expect to get a different result? I don't know why. If you have a new business idea and you're working hard to achieve it, and the problem is there's no demand for what it is that you want to create, you're welcome to stick with it. You can try and educate people that they really need this. Or you can pivot and offer them something they're already looking for. Solve a problem or a pain point that's already out there in the market. You don't have to educate them on that. They're already feeling the pain. You don't even have to really sell them on it. They're like, oh, you have a solution for that? Here, take my money, please, right? It's not easy to pivot sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I've been there, right? But if you're already spending a great deal of time and money and resources on a project and it's not working, maybe it's the thing you need to do. I'm just saying. All right, so number 5, they're not mentally prepared for failure. Oh, yeah. Let's be honest. Failure is a part of success. Just as you can. Right? How many times did the light bulb not get invented? We've all heard that story, right? You can't invent a light bulb on the first try. It's going to take a lot of work, and if you won't do the work in business or in life, it's not going to happen. And here's what I keep seeing is that when folks aren't willing to pivot, like we talked about before, and they're not ready for the failure, they're not mentally geared, they're not mentally prepared for the failure, they're going to bring those missteps from their life into their business, and from the business into their life. You've got to fix them both. You're going to fail. I've been divorced more than once, so hey, failure, right? You try to do something and it doesn't work. Okay, That happens. Look at it this way. If you've listened to multiple episodes, you've probably heard me say this before. It's not failure, it's feedback. Sure, I get it. Maybe you feel stupid. Maybe you feel like you wasted your time. Maybe you even look stupid. You feel like you look stupid if you did it in front of other people. Right? But if you mentally prepare yourself for the fact that it's going to happen, I'm going to find setbacks somewhere along this path, then you know that it's simply part of the process. And you keep going. You learn from it. You figure out the new, okay, well, I tried this and it didn't work the way I wanted it to. But as a result of that, I have this new batch of data. Ooh, let me see. Maybe there's a better way to do it, an alternative way to do it. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it at all. But however, if you crawl back into your shell at the first sign of trouble, you, my friend, are never going to see success. Period. End of story. You can stop right here, hit unsubscribe, and never listen to me again, because that is a biggie right there. You're still with me? All right, good. Okay. Number 6, they don't care what others think. Well, okay. They don't care what others say either. Well, wait a minute. What's wrong with that, Tracy? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you do care what other people are saying about you and are thinking about you, then you're going to have some problems. Because, yeah, I get it. It's way easier to swim with the flow, to do what people expect of you, and not rock the boat. But that's dull. That's monotonous. And really, it's not getting you, it's gotten you where you are. It's probably not going to get you where you need to go next. Now, if these people are the mentors and the teachers that are saying, dude, you need to stop doing that and start doing this, those folks you might want to listen to. However, imagine this. How many people have you seen get laid off or get fired for some event that's totally out of their control? And so many of those same folks go down to the local watering hole and piss and moan into their drink amongst other folks that probably are going through the same thing. Are any of them doing anything to improve their opportunities? Do you care what they're saying about you? They probably care what each other's saying about each other. If you want to succeed, you're going to have to swim against the current. That's all there is to it. Because if it was easy, everybody would already be doing it, right? And as a result of swimming against the current, you're going to meet with some criticism. You're going to meet with some folks sometimes wanting the best for you. And out of their fear, their own fear, will be criticizing you. Oh, you can't do that. You're going to lose your money. You're going to lose your shirt. I would say, thank you very much. I appreciate you caring for me, but I got to do this and move on, because you've already said this is your purpose. You already built yourself a plan, right? You already set yourself up. Okay, I know I'm going to fail sometimes. Now you got to stop caring what everybody thinks. Number 7, do you have the perseverance? Because this is not a quick hop, skip, and a jump adventure. No, this is the long haul. This is the pack up your car in Los Angeles because you're dragging your ass all the way to New York kind of adventure, right? You're driving cross country. So one of the big reasons people fail is they lack the perseverance. Now, I suspect that more people fail because of this than any one flaw. Any of the other single flaws I've mentioned are the ones I'm going to mention. But think about it. If you never give up, if you never relent, you just keep on going, then guess what? You will succeed eventually. It's inevitable that you will succeed. Put it another way, many people stop just inches, and sometimes millimeters, away from the very goal that they seek or gold that they seek, and they pack it up and go home, often leaving their tools right there, and someone else can pick those tools up, crack that next millimeter, and find the gold that you spent all your hard work digging up. Ugh. Another one, if we're talking about lack, they lack confidence. This is a biggie. I've chatted with a number of folks about this. It doesn't matter how much you know or how much talent you have if you do not believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're probably not going to succeed. You could possibly stumble into success, right? As a result of the talent that you have. Someone else maybe sees it and picks it up and pulls you along, right? you're going to have to get the confidence, because you need to believe in your goals. You need to believe in your ability to reach them and know how. And well, maybe not know how. Maybe you don't know the how yet today, but you know that some damn way you're going to figure it out. Whether you can't figure it out yourself, maybe you'll find someone in your circle of influence or meet that magic person that helps you figure it out. That, my friend, is confidence. Number 9, they don't network. Oh, and it's really become even more challenging the past couple of years with all the craziness that's been going on, right? But here's the thing. If you're not willing to invest the time in building strong relationships with people who have skills and opportunities that can help you, then you miss out on the majority of the opportunities that are out there that could come your way. One of the big things you're going to find is you're going to come across some obstacle along your path that you don't have the right skills to break through. You don't have the right skills to go around, crash through, climb over. You just, now you have 2 opportunities here. Is one, you can learn those skills, and that will take time, which is fine, not a problem there at all, and break through the obstacle yourself. Or 2, keep your network, build your relationships in your community, and you'll find that you'll know someone that has the skill that you need to tap into to break through your obstacle. Now the question becomes, what can you offer them in exchange for tapping their skill to break through your obstacle? And you're only going to find that out if you network. So get out there and network. Now, the last one, and I have the half one. I'm going to keep teasing this for you, but I want you to listen to it. It's the very last one. Number 10, they're easily distracted. Oh, no, squirrel, right? You know, they say, oh, what's this? It was funny. I was just on an interview. It was day before yesterday. And the lady asked me after I told the story of, the podcast and the business and everything that's going on. She goes, what problems do you see yourself facing? And I paused to think about it for a moment. And this is the one that hit me, right? Is that whole shiny object syndrome. If you can't focus on what it is you want to accomplish, you'll never, squirrel, you get me? Okay. Now, luckily, I keep mentioning journaling, with my listening to the book called The Bullet Journal, I have enhanced my ability to reduce my distractions by when I get an idea or see something that would normally distract me and pull me away from my current path, I write it down, because that frees it from my brain, because my brain's saying, okay, no, we can come back to that later because we periodically review that page of ideas, right? And then when I come back to it later on, I'm not so tempted by the marketing message that had happened that caused the original distraction. Now I can look at it and say, all right, is there a way I can implement this as a part of my journey now? Or is it something I need to put in place later after I have X done? Far easier to manage that way. All right. So don't squirrel, right? Don't be that person. And if you are, find a way to manage it. And I would highly recommend you try The Bullet Journal. Read that book. Get it in audio. That's how I consumed it. And again, I get nothing from that. That's just me trying to provide you with some value. I think it's a great tool. All right, so now 10.5. And I think all of us have done this at one point or another. You rationalize. Oh, yeah. Winners analyze where they went wrong. Losers rationalize and create a plethora of excuses about why they haven't succeeded. So you want to do your best to learn everything about what happened and why it happened and how it unfolded and how maybe it went awry. But then, like I said before, it's not failure, it's feedback. You want to take that knowledge into your next attempt. Or maybe you figure out, really, I've been doing this all wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm doing this over here. And now you have the data, the knowledge that helps reinforce that fact, right? Stop rationalizing and keep analyzing. Now, here's the real problem. I'm guessing you probably already knew most of these as I have shared them with you. And yet, how is it that it's still possible that you're guilty of at least one, possibly more than one, of these obstacles to your very own success? Yeah. It's a question you'd ask yourself. It's not one. If you were here, I'd be happy to chat with you about it. But it begs the question, what should you do as you have realized in the past 26 minutes I've been sharing this with you that you are victim to at least one of these and possibly more than one? Well, it's up to you, of course, but you might want to choose the one thing that you most need to work on out of this 10.5 reasons. And then make that a goal. Devise a simple plan to change things. For example, if you're having a problem with networking, the number 9, you might choose to contact one new person every other day for the next 3 weeks. That's not hard, right? Social media makes that really easy. Now, just make that a goal of building your network. Now, remember what I said, you want to build strong relationships. So you want to engage with them. This is not just a hi. No, you want to build a plan to build a relationship that is mutually beneficial for both of you, because it will be those types of things, these little daily changes to your performance that can have that tremendous impact to your life and to your business over the long haul. All right, there you got it. 10.5 reasons why you fail big. Which one of those are you falling victim to? Go back and re-listen to it. Check it out. I guarantee you, if you haven't reached the level of success that you're striving for, you dream about, one of those is your stumbling block, right? That's your faceplant moment right there. So go back and re-listen to that. And of course, if you want to keep getting all these success tips, go on down there, hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating. And that's mostly, I think most platforms have it, but specifically on the Spotify's and the Apple Podcasts. And really, yes, it's for me. I'll be honest. I'm just going to put it out there. It does help me, but it's really your way as the listener to tell the podcast platform that you're getting value from the show you're listening to. And you're saying, you know what? I want to keep getting this information, and I'm going to rate it a 5-star so as other people are looking at it, they can realize how good this show is. And if you don't think that, then don't do it. But in the meantime, what they do after that is they see all these subscribed ratings and reviews, and they give us a little lift up in the rankings so that we can reach more driven entrepreneurs just like you. So please take a moment and show the love. I appreciate you. All right, you get out there. You run your race. You get your results. And then come let me hear about it. I'm serious. Tracy at darkhorseschooling.com. Tell me the tip or idea you came away with, how you put it into action, and what results you gained from it. Heck, who knows, probably even bring you on the show and let you share your superpower with my audience. Until next time, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkmann.